Distribution is an important aspect for airline operations. They need to make themselves accessible to the riding public. Distribution channels can be divided into two: direct channel and indirect channel. Let's first look at the direct channels. These are distribution channels owned by the airlines themselves. They have ATO, CTO, and their websites as well. An ATO is short for Airport Ticket Office. This is located at the airport to cater to passengers who go directly to the airport even if they don't have a flight reservation. Then there are CTO or City Ticket Office. This brings the airline's ticket office closer to the traveler who lives more in the city. With today's technology, airlines also have their websites. For the Philippines, Filipinos of the older generation are not yet very comfortable with buying online. Hence, ticket offices are still relevant. Now, for indirect channels. These distribution channels are not directly owned by airlines. First, you have GSAs or General Sales Agents. GSAs represent the airline exclusively in a territory. They act as the sole representative in the area, but they are not employees of the airlines. In some areas, there are PSAs or Preferred Sales Agents. These are travel agents who are accredited by the airline but may not be the sole representative of the airline. There can be several PSAs in an area. Then there are the travel agents who are more often than not IATA or non-IATA travel agents. Travel agents are able to sell several airlines and not just one. Let's now talk about fares. There are gross, net, market, discounted, or promo fares. Gross fares are considered to be the most expensive fare. It is the set price ceiling for a route or city pair. Gross fares are commissionable to travel agents. For example, on the Manila to Hong Kong route, the gross fare is $400 US. Would you say this is cheap or expensive? Will you buy a ticket for $400? Now, depending on where you are, it can be cheap or expensive. From the Philippines, most people will consider this expensive. But for someone in the US, it can be cheap. Now, since we are in the Philippines, airlines are not able to sell the gross fare of $400. So airlines instead offer a market rate of $200. This special rate is only good if you are buying it from the Philippines. That is why it's called a market fare. But because it is super low, airlines can no longer give commissions. So, for a travel agent to earn, airlines give them a net or net fare. And let's say it is at $180. When the travel agent sells this at the market rate of $200, they can still earn $20 because their net rate is $180. Discounted fares are those with standard discounts like child fare. On domestic flights, there are senior citizen and PWD discounts and this is given at 20% discount. Student discount is no longer offered today. Promo fares are fares that are offered on certain times of the year when there is a need to boost sales. Cebu Pacific is known to have the piso fare, which is in fact a promo fare. The question people often ask is the piso fare true? What do you think? The answer, yes, it is. Despite the fact that the total amount paid is more than piso, the fare is still piso or 1 peso. But the reality is, there are other fees that passengers need to pay for. These are taxes and fees. For example, terminal fees. This is the 550 you pay when departing for an international trip coming from Manila. For domestic travel, the highest terminal fee is 250 pesos. This fee goes to the airport for its maintenance. Now, what is travel tax? This is the tax paid for by Filipinos who travel abroad. I will explain this in the next slide. Fuel surcharge is a fee collected by airlines to help them catch up with the fast rising fuel costs. ASF is airport security fee. Going back to travel tax. Travel tax is collected by TIEZA, or Tourism Infrastructure and Enterprise Zone Authority. The regular rate is 1,620 pesos for adult Filipino passport holders. A child is given 50% discount at 810 pesos, but only if their parents are able to provide the RTT or Reduced Travel Tax Certificate. An infant is exempted from paying the travel tax, but a TEC or Tax Exemption Certificate must be issued by TIEZA and submitted to the airline upon ticket issuance. The money collected by the TIEZA for the travel tax is used for its many projects.